title, One. One Toastmaster Mariam Haji.
One is such an insignificant number. So weak, so small, it barely has the power to do anything, let alone make a difference among 7.6 billion humans on this planet. One is so tiny. What can one do to change the world? But what we forget is that one is the beginning of everything. Dear Toastmasters and guests, when I was a kid, I was very active. Wherever I went, I was always at the center of everything, especially at school. I was always at the center of every classroom. I was at the center of every activity, every event, everything that took place. I thrived being there, in the center, doing things. But then, in the break between 6th grade and 7th grade, now I went to public school, so when you move from 6th to 7th grade, you switch schools. You go to another school, an intermediate one. And during that switch, I lost a few of my friends. They moved to different schools. And another thing happened. Over that summer vacation of 3 months, I put on a lot of weight. Now, here's the thing. When you're tall and you gain weight, you're big. When you're short and you put on weight, you're a ball. An actual ball. I was about this tall and I weighed more than I weigh now. So you can imagine. So going to this new school, meet with different people that I've never met before, and being so ball-sized, I was very self-conscious, and with good reason. Because when I went to this school, people made fun of me. People would look at me funny when I walked into rooms, people would whisper behind my back, people would point. And all of that negative energy, it got to me. And I became self-conscious. And I drew in, away from the center, into myself, just hiding within my own self, closing in, hiding, until I was one with the walls, until I was invisible. And I continued to be invisible in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And then in the 9th grade, something happened. In the 2nd semester, I met this English teacher. Her name was Miss Najat. And this English teacher, she saw me. Even though I was hidden in the furthest corner, blending in with the walls, she saw me. And she changed my life. Because she helped me come out of the corner. Now, she didn't do this by telling me all of that crap of, I believe in you, you're so good. No. She did it just by being a kind, genuine human being. She'd see me sitting in the back of the classroom with my book reading, and she'd come to me and be like, Mariam, what are you reading? And just discuss books with me. Now, whether I'm invisible or not, if you ask me about a book, I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to talk forever. So we had these long conversations about books and about reading. And then she kept asking me questions. She's like, Mariam, I noticed from your projects and your assignments you write really well. Do you like writing? I tell her yes. She's like, can I see some of your work? Can I read something that you've written? And she'd read the pieces that I wrote, the poems and the short stories, and then she'd discuss them with me. She'd discuss them with me in a way that made me feel like, maybe I do matter. Maybe I do have a voice. And then she urged me to submit one of my stories for a contest that was all over Bahrain, and I was so scared and so worried and just wanting to hide in my invisible corner. But she drew me out. And I remember, she put me in her car and she drove me to the contest, and she sat there next to me and she said, Mariam, I only see the gold. Mariam, I only see the gold. And I thought, she's crazy. But guess what? I was crazy because she was right. I got the gold. And because of her, I came out of the shadows and back to the center. Because of her, when I went to high school, I was in the center of everything in the student council, and I was selected for a program that introduced me to Toastmasters. And because of her, years later, when I went to university and my college had a club called Toastmasters, I knew what it was, and because of her, I joined, and because of her, I'm standing here talking to all of you. One person ripples across 15 years. And anything that I ever achieve in my life will go back to Miss Najat. That is the power of one. If you look back through history, one is the most significant number because people who have changed the world, they were all one. Prophets, one. People like Gandhi, one. Martin Luther King Jr., one. Hitler, one. He changed the world. And all they had in common was that they were one with passion. And that passion of theirs, it sent out ripples all across the world, through time, through generations, so we all know their names. One is the most powerful number. Every one in this room has immense power because within you lie the beginning of ripples. The only question is, what are those ripples going to be? Back to me.